Hi guys, this is GSMDome and I'm here with the brand new Realme 12 Pro 5G. It's a lighter version of the Realme 12 Pro Plus 5G that gets rid of the periscope camera at the backside, replaces it with a regular telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom. Now, we're talking here about a smartphone that keeps the core of the design. I'm talking about the vegan leather imitation at the backside, as well as this Rolex watch inspired camera module. The measurements are pretty similar to the one of the Pro Plus. I'm talking about 8.8 millimeters in thickness and a weight of 190 grams. We're lucky enough to have IP65 dust and waterproofing. The screen is of the curved variety. It's curved on the sides. It's an AMOLED panel for sure. It's a 6.7-incher AMOLED 120 Hz with Full HD Plus resolution. It has narrow bezels, and I'd say again about 80% of the features we have here we can also find on the Realme 12 Pro Plus, except for the periscope and the processor. We've talked about the screen, 6.7-inch AMOLED. You can also talk about the CPU, which it's no longer the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, instead the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. This is most likely the first phone with this CPU I am handling. On the RAM front, there's 8 gigs inside with an expansion on extra 8 gigs if you want extra RAM taken from the storage. The storage goes from 128 up to even 512. 128, 256 or 512 gigabytes. We have a 5000 mAh battery with 67 watts charging via wire, and you get a bundled charger in the box. You should be at 50% in just 19 minutes of charge. Now, aside from that, of course, you have 5G connectivity, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, USB-C 2.0 port, and stereo speakers are also part of the package. I'm pretty sure it's time now for the camera. Here we have a 16-megapixel camera for the selfies, while at the backside in this beautiful camera module, there's a main 50-megapixel Sony IMX882 sensor with optical image stabilization, and it's accompanied by a 32-megapixel telephoto camera with 2x optical zoom and its own flavor of optical image stabilization, plus 8-megapixel ultra-wide to top it off, similar to the one of the 12 Pro Plus. There are some extra features which Realme work on. Now, for starters, this is the creation of Olivier, who worked with Rolex, Piaget and Breitling. He's a famous watchmaker, and Realme got some inspiration from the famous luxury watches. Now, another inspiration is the cooperation between Realme and Claudio Miranda, who was the cinematographer behind movies like Life of Pi, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, as well as Top Gun Maverick. And we have dedicated filters here like Journey, Maverick and Memory, inspired by those movies. Aside from that, quite a few extra modes. There's high resolution, there's time-lapse, text scanner, tilt shift, panorama, slow-mo, dual view video, there's group portrait, which is new, Pro Movie, sort of a wider format, an extra stabilization here on account of the OIS, and a few more extra features like long exposure and a starry mode for those starry nights. In the video section, you're going to find the stabilization ultra steady only in Full HD, and you're going to find 4K 30 frames per second as the maximum shooting resolution. There's a street mode where you can swap lenses, but there's also a cool feature here. These are the lens lengths which you can swap, focal lengths. This is the zoom, this is the auto zoom. You can just press on an object and zoom on it. So that's a pretty useful feature. Night mode is available as well, but there's also an extra night mode which is baked in the settings if you really look close here. Auto Nightscape they call it. Now, speaking of novelties, it's got Android 14 with Realme UI 5.0 on top. Gamers beware, there are special options for you like game captures, game toolkit, frame rate, quick start, 4D vibration and so much more, even profiles for your games. There's a phone manager here with optimization and payment protection. And finally, those cool extra features which Realme always brags about. So you go here, Realme Lab, you can either connect wireless headphones and wired headphones at the same time and measure your pulse using the fingerprint scanner, the optical one embedded in the screen. Now, aside from that, there's also a sidebar which can trigger floating apps and many more features. The sidebar is here for the floating apps and customization galore on account of the, well, icons here, which we also saw on some Oppo and OnePlus phones. Plus more widgets, wallpapers, always on display, typical for an AMOLED screen. Okay, so a mid-range phone, something below 500 euros or even 450 euros, stands out with optical image stabilization on 2 cameras, telephoto camera, beautiful looking backside, and a Rolex watch inspired camera module. That's it from GSMDome.com. Goodbye.